these are your teens and 20s. You're just starting out.
Oh, you're okay.
I wouldn't drop your bat right away. Looks like you're dropping your bat.
I know him. He's a big guy, but he had knee
Bat up like that. And cut you like that. Exactly. That was.
pitch, play catcher.
Yeah. Try not to drop your bat. And what you're doing is aiming at it. You didn't swing through that one. I don't think.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Nice swing. That's a nice swing. You had the bat down again, but that was still a good swing. Get your hand. Hey, look at it. Look. Get the bat straight up. Up, like that. Yeah. There you go.
Larry's usually third. A-Rod is short. I play second a lot.
You are just, you're kind of stopping. You want to keep going through it. Keep going, follow through on the swing. I guess that's what I'm missing. You know.
Mike Duffy when he plays. Jim Duffy. Jim Duffy. Yeah,
Guy hits himself in the back with the ball. That's a good swing there. That's hit it pretty far. But again, I think you stopped too. Watch. Yeah, you went through on that one, but he looked like he stopped on that one. I want to compare his Dan's swing here. Watch it. You know, he's gone around, and this is a good swing, good step, everything, and he's rotating. And watch his hands. See how his hands finish? That right there. See how they finish? Boom. And there you go.
They still going down.
Yeah. Brian's right. You went down. You didn't go down that one, but you didn't watch the ball either. Putting into the bat.
I pitched a little bit in college, but it was like, I had no idea what I was
Much better on the bat too.
I just move my fingers to throw a curveball or whatever.
Just try a couple. Hey, how many? Lay the bat on your shoulder. Try it. Do it. Just lay the bat on your shoulder. Relax. Okay. You just try that, and when you go forward, then you just naturally. There you go. Hey, that wasn't bad. You see, you got a little movement. You got your body into it. Your back foot.
Yeah. You know, like this. Put his power, the power position. Like he even taught us.
There you go. That.
The power position.
Okay, well, you just saw my son Scott swinging. We were at batting practice. He was, hitting the ball. In fact, there's a fence out there that's 390. That fence there. The goalpost is like 350. And this house over here, that one way over there, he hit one over there. It was 410 feet on this part. Now, some of the swings he had before, when he'd go around, now you'll watch this swing here. This shot I think was 360 or 350, I don't know. See, he's a nice step, hands back, comes around, looks at it. Look, he's still, he may be a tad, but look, he squares it up, hitting just under the ball a little bit. And now the follow through, he comes, the follow through is pretty good. I don't have it from this angle, so I can't see. I'd say that's a pretty good follow through. Now, on some of the swings prior to this one, and I don't know if I showed him or will show him on the video, but he didn't let his hand go. But he lets his hand go on this, and I think this is the best way to do it. Some people don't do that; they keep their hand on it. But I think Bob would recommend this, and you see a lot of like Paul Stanley and Dan that you've seen on my videos. They throw their hands like that. So he hit the living, he almost hit the people down there. Boom, boom! I hit them. We had to yell to the people, "Watch out!" So it wasn't 390 because the fence is 390. So it was somewhere like in the 375, 380 or something like that. But it's a shot. Now he's a big old boy. I mean, he's 250 pounds and 6'2", and he's young, man. He's 50 years old. But again, let's watch that. Watch that. Boom, and the follow through. Let's go a little slower. Step. Come around. Woo, look at this. He got all his energy transferred. It was on the back and he transferred. And the rest is history. Cut.
By the end, he was still throwing strikes, but he was throwing the ball about 5 miles an hour harder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, now.
Nice. That was a good swing. Hit hard.
Turns it down, he's going to follow through.
Lay that back on his shoulder.
Do all the
Okay.
exercises.
Yeah. You got under a little bit, but you hit pretty good at at Sherwood. It might be a hit. Okay, Dan. Here we got Frank, and he's asked for help. I thought he was swinging a lot better than he really was. But look at this. This is his first swing. He comes around, not all that bad. I mean, if you look at him, he took that step right, and he came around, but he seemed to stop right there. Is that the way you saw it? How do you see it?
Yeah, he's got good weight transfer. A couple things that could be improved, maybe the follow through and his plant foot.
Doesn't look like he's loading right, but let's go to the next one. The next next one. Step, not bad. You see, he's out, he's back. He's dropping his bat here. Dropping his hands. Still got his hands back. I don't know. I for some reason, looks like he's got two. Well, let's see how he follows through. See, he doesn't keep that back foot place. He's out, but he's watching it. That's not. I mean, but then he stops right there. If he goes through, I think that helps him more. If he goes through, that's the last one on that one. Okay, hold up. Let's look at this for a minute and let's go through it for a minute. So now he steps, and he steps away there. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
He's not really stepping into it. There's something wrong here.
I would say that he's too vertical. His plant foot needs to be on a 45-degree angle.
You want him to go that way?
No, when he's let's see his follow through.
Look, he's not watch his head. He looks like he's watching, and his head goes up, but he just got it wrong. I don't know. How do you see it?
It looked like his head was on it. Sometimes he just.
Well, it looked like, but yeah. But is he watching that, or I mean, the ball's here. He missed it. I'm not sure that his head was down. It looks like it's up. That's what I see. I don't know. It's hard to tell from this. You don't think his head's up? You think he's actually? Yeah, it looked like he was. But I think that's why he missed it.
Try not to drop it back, and what you're doing is aiming at it. You didn't swing through that one. I don't think. And when
I said he was aiming at it.
Yeah, try not. Yeah, try not. Yeah, try not to drop it back.
See, he drop his hands. That's the first thing I think he's doing wrong. Dropping his hands.
He'd have a better attack angle at the ball if he had his hands high for sure.
Yeah, if he can't, rather than dropping him here, if he was up here, coming around, you follow me? You think that? Then he comes up again where he should have been still, right? Look, he went down and up. He's up. He goes down. Then he comes up.
Yep.
And then he steps in the hole, and I think if he steps either straight or that way, he would have been a lot better. So, and you're saying you think he should be at 45. Well, I think
I'm talking about his body lean.
his body lean.
Yeah. He's almost straight up and down right there. If his plant foot, if he's got an aggressive stride to it, and that front, we'll call it a peg. We'll call it a peg leg or whatever you want to call it, and it rotate around that get that weight.
He should either be on his toe or his heel. It's a spin to his hips. He's open and he's lost all transfer of power, I think. Now tell me what you're saying. Step. He's not rotating at all. We told Frank he was dropping his hands. He had dropped his hands down there. Well, he didn't
Nice
drop
swing.
it much at all right there.
Nice swing. You had to back down.
I told him nice swing. And look, his step here, he stepped, the ball was out here and he stepped that way. And he came around. And that's not too bad. I don't think the weight transfer is right, do you? I mean, it's not bad, but it's not optimum, if you will. What do you think, Dan?
His plant leg is closer to being straight,
Yeah.
and that I think that solidifies the weight transfer a little bit. And there's a lot to like about his swing.
Yeah, I think that's...
It's the first part of it, especially as he approaches the ball.
Yeah. Well, he's looking at it, everything, and like you say, I think is the best way to put it. There's a lot to like about it. And he's, the great thing about Frank is he's listening, he's trying to make a difference. And in the games, he's hitting much better. He's making better contact. He fine tunes a couple of these
Nice
things.
swing. That's a nice swing. You had to back down again, but that was still a good swing.
So let's see. It's a ball. It's a good take. See, I told him to get the bat up. I mean, that high. It should be about 6 inches away from the ear. I like to lay mine on the shoulder, but that's not for everybody.
Oh, like that, yeah.
Now that ain't bad right there. When you look at that, let's go back and look at that. Let's go. He stepped. Now look, from that other step, look, boom. That's good form right there. Look, he's got his bat right.
Yeah.
That's all good right there. You agree?
Oh yeah, that's it, and that's a good looking stride so far. Everything is good right now.
And look, he's got there's his weight transfer for him is, I think, really good at this point. He's not rotating his hips. He's not getting his hips in there, but that can come. But right there, that's going to get you enough hits. And he, like, look, he's watching the ball. It looks like he watched the ball hit the bat. The key is to watch the ball hit the bat. I didn't even have my head down. Maybe he could be actually looking to where it's going. I don't know. That's hard to tell here. But look, when it came through, and he almost went through. Boom. Look, he's stopping there, right there. And when we look at your swing in here, Dan, you'll see that you go all the way through, throw them hands. He needs to do more of that, but that's not bad for the amount of time we gave him to do this. Here's the next one. He hasn't, before he was dropping them hands and then bringing them back. I don't see that now, do you?
No, he's keeping them high.
See, he goes down a little bit to set, but he didn't drop and to come back up. He did drop him a little bit. He did come up a little bit. Yes, he did. Look. But that looks much better, right? Let's watch it full speed now. Yeah, he didn't go all the way through. That it looked better in slow motion than it did in okay, stop.
Is this the first time you worked with him?
Yeah.
You're talking about his hands? So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to take some repetitions for him to get that down.
No, absolutely. So let's go to the next one.
That's a good swing. follow through. Oh, what? That was okay. Well, you just saw my son Scott.
Okay, here we go, Frank. Looks like looks again. There's a lot of good about that swing, but he stopped. You see, he's not. I mean, his shoulders are this way. Shoulders should have been turned more, don't you think?
Yeah. What's the importance of a follow through?
Well,
Why is it important?
It keeps the follow through is putting, believe it or not, more speed on the bat and the ball goes. I don't know how to explain it, really technically, other than the fact that the follow through would mean more, and it's more about the body, bringing the body around, because
The guy hits himself in the back.
then you see, look how, that would be great if his body was, his hips that were facing out that way. And let's go to cut that. Let's go to you. I'm going to go to your. So cut that. Okay, Frank. The best way to see this is watch Dan in full speed.
Here, watch it. He's gone around.
Well, actually, slow
good
motion.
swing, good step, everything, and he's rotating. And watch his hands.
Now, you know how you see your hips there. His hips would be facing out that way. It was over there. You follow me?
Yeah. So the
You
hand.
see how open you are, and your hands are back. He's stopping right here. Your bat. If you were him, your bat would be right there, right?
So the follow through and the swings helps the hips.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. You got to turn them hips, and it's almost like a dance in a way, or rhythm. I think it's better to say a rhythm. Your rhythm, boom, and turn it. And everything. See, you're popping at the right time. See, now this is where, look at this. This is where Frank stops right there.
Mm.
He's not coming around. You agree? Or am I?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You go all the way around. And you rotated that foot, and Frank's foot still stand like that. And that foot moving, your arms moving, all this, that's what generates the power. And you got this down now. You Dan, you're hitting the ball over here like 325 now. You weren't doing that a year ago.
No, it wasn't.
And let's look at more of this. Here's another one. Look, you got your head down. You got your back, and let's see how you're holding your back. So you see how you're holding your back there, and it's right around your ear. And let's see how if you drop it. You're not dropping it. You're not dropping it, right? Here we go. You're coming around. Did you see you drop your hands?
Mm.
I didn't see no hand drop. Frank, he didn't drop his hands. That's what we're trying to get you to do, not to drop your hands, just come around. He came from there, and he's rotating his hips and bringing up and hands back, but boom. Boom. Okay. Cut. Frank, now watch this. All I'm going to do is make it one count. Look, down. Oh, look. That you drop. Your first move, you ain't even stepped yet and you dropped your hands. Look. Drop your hands. Drop your hands. No, Frank. No. And then you step. See, when you step, okay, now, you see, you step, your hands are back now, but you came up and down. Now you're coming around, and you're coming around pretty good, but it's an extra movement, and that's not a bad swing there, but you don't go through it. Now let's switch, cut that. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go with Dan. Now watch Dan, his hands are up here, and I'm gonna do the same move. Look, I went, look, boom, look, you see, you don't see Dan's hands moving, do you? You see Dan's hands moving? No, that's the big thing. His hands are not moving. And then he comes around, his body's out there, he's ready to throw his hands now, his hands are back, and he brings that thing around, he's turning his hips, rotating his feet. It's all synergistic. Now, I don't expect you to do all that right away, man. It takes a long time to get, but you got to get close to that. You got to fundamentally, don't drop your hands, hold your back, hold your bat like that, and come around with your body and then your hands. And I'm going to tell you that what I've seen you do out in the park looks really good. But if you get these mechanics down, you're going to really surprise most of those guys out there, because you're coming around and you listen, which is pretty amazing. For most people don't listen. I try to tell guys out there little things to help them, but they don't want to listen. And that proves that you're a professional in all that you do. Doesn't mean you're a professional softball player, but it means you know what the old saying is, by Darwin. It says, not the strongest species that survive or the most intelligent. It's the one most adaptable to change. And when you've been doing something all your life one way, and we're trying to teach you to do another way, that's hard, but you're smart enough to do it. Again, I'm off target a little bit, but look at Dan. I mean, if you can duplicate that, boom. Okay, cut. Frank, we went to, this is about the third time you batted that day, and look, you still move. Your hands are moving. So the first thing I would suggest to you is make sure that your hands stay up here. Make that step, and then bring the hips and the arms around. Now, you didn't hit that ball bad, and that's the way. Think about what you're going to be able to do when you do, so if you just keep your hands up and don't drop them, and work on it where it becomes natural. And that wasn't a bad swing, but again, you'd have a little more pop on that if you went around. And look at your shoulders here. They should be facing out there. You see, Dan, Dan didn't notice how he was, well, you explain to him, Dan, what you thought when you looked at it.
On Frank's swing?
No, on you.
Oh, I didn't even, my hands stayed in the same spot when I moved. I didn't know that.
You notice the shoulders, how your shoulders are different than the way he is.
Yeah, if Frank had the same follow through, it would probably be the same result.
It would. He's got a half of it.
Yeah.
I think the lips right there, that's giving it a little extra power. No, but I do the same thing. I grit my teeth, and everybody's got their own little idiosyncrasies. There it is. Step. And hey,
see,
look,
his hands are up.
Look.
His hands are up.
I don't think he dropped them, or
a little
did.
bit, yeah.
He did a little, but
it's going to take time though.
Yeah,
but that's good.
But that was an extra move he didn't have to make. Cause watch, he's down, then he's back up. See, you went down, then you come back up, down, up. You just missed it too, but look, in softball you can almost get away with anything. I mean, that's not a bad swing there. Some part, you just gotta work on it, man. Just gotta work on it. Let's see what the next one cut. Now, I had told Frank one way to correct not dropping his hands is to lay his bat on his shoulder. Now, this is not the optimum way to do it, because your hands should your hands should be up a little more, but. He did it, and watch what he did. You didn't see no hands drop, did you? Look. He just went out. When he went forward, he loaded. See, that's the load when he went forward. Before he was dropping his hands coming up, we eliminated a move there. Now, the only problem is he went out for a pitch that looks like he chased the ball. Right, Dan?
Yeah, it was the lower way.
The rest of it ain't bad either. I mean,
he's got his eye on it.
He's got his eye on it. He probably hit it. I don't know how he hit it here, but that wasn't bad. I mean, in the league that we play in, that's going to be probably a good hit if he hits it hard, and that's not bad from where he came from. I mean, really.
Yeah.
But the point is, the next time he got up, look where he's at. He's up here. He forgot. That's the whole thing. You got to change that habit. And watch what he does. No, he comes down. First move. Whoa, he comes down. So the last swing was almost, I won't say textbook, but it was a lot better. And he didn't drop his hands. But here he goes back, he drops his hands. And what the laying the bat on your shoulder does is takes out that, you know, dropping of the hands. Now wait a minute, he didn't look like he dropped
No,
it,
this,
or did
this
he?
is a good swing coming up.
He really didn't drop and come back up. That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped, but he didn't come back up. So that's not bad. You agree?
Pause on eye contact. So I like that.
Yeah.
He's
that
got his
looks
front.
good.
He's got that
That's-
leg brace.
yeah.
He's got a little bit of a lean. His head, his
Yeah.
eyes are on it still.
Yeah.
His back
Well,
foot,
he's
you
looking
can
right
see.
at it too. It looks like.
Yeah, you can see his back
Yeah.
foot is unloaded, so he's got good weight transfer. It's a good swing.
Yeah. If you get your timing down and set right, that's not bad at all. For one day's work, that's pretty good, Frank.
That's right. Yeah.
That's one day's work, and you almost
Yeah.
went all the way around. Look.
Let's look at his shoulders there on the back. That's his follow through.
See, he needs to throw his hands like that. That's why I wanted him to do the overlap grip, because he would roll his wrist. You see, I don't think he's rolling wrist. He told me we went through it and it looked like he did in person. But look, do you think but he's not popping them out here. It's popping back here. It looks
Yeah.
like. Don't you pop your wrist out here? That's where I pop my wrist, right in there.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little late on any kind of you want to call it wrist snap at his
Boom!
back.
Right here. Right here. That's where that's where the wrist snap should be. Boom. Boom. Okay, cut. How I'm gonna end this is that look, I think. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean that to happen. I want to say after a day's worth of work, you really came through. I mean, you made some improvement, and then you played the following Tuesday, I think it was, after this practice, and you hit the ball really well. I had several guys come in. Hey man, did you see how Frank's hitting the ball? You know, so you're improving a little bit and you're learning. But let me see if I can drive this point home to you. You see, you got your hand. You lay the bat on your shoulder. If you step like you go back and watch Scott and Dan, when they step, their hands are up here, and their hands are back. You got it. You got to load, okay, and you do, but you do a lot of motion in between. You see, now you go back and you push arms up. Then you're going to drop them, and then come through. You didn't drop them as much, but you did drop them. You see this extra movement? Now, if you didn't step, if you stepped and did that, you'd be set and one less movement. Step. Now that's not bad, my man. It's not bad at all. Don't you agree, Dan?
Yeah. I really like the angle he took to the ball.
Yeah,
and I was there on this day, and I'll tell you, his last round of batting practice was significantly different than his first. He was really hitting it well at the end. So kudos to you, Frank. Good job.
Yeah, a lot better than he had done, and that looks good, Frank. It's not bad, but you need to decide what you want to change and talk to me about it. And my man, you come a long way. Just keep on coming.
Practice makes perfect, Frank.
Yeah.
Keep on rolling.
You got to follow through, and you overstrided on that a little bit, I think, because you went out and got it. The other part of it is let the ball come to you. Let the ball come to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that
I think that was a good swing. Hit hard.
see
Right up on his shoulder.
are you rolling?
Yep.
Okay, I want to try to get it. See, he didn't even let the ball get to the plate. Let's see, where was his ball coming? Going the wrong way, Ed. Yeah, you see, he's not letting the ball get to the plate. I think he's a little early. How would you?
Yeah.
I think he's a little early.
That's a short pitch too.
And yeah, the ball is short, gonna hit here, and you know, he started early. What I'm saying to you, if you let that ball get to here, you know, I've hit balls that were up here before, you know, up in here. When I say up in here, I mean up here, you know, up here, and the balls. You can't hit a ball back here, but you can pretty much take a ball and you hit it over that way, up here. It's hard to show, but hey, good day, Frank. We'll talk to you later.